I just got done crying, and if you don't watch any of my other videos or you don't watch the rest of this video, I just want you to hear this one thing, because I just have to have a moment of transparency with everyone back home. Africa is awesome. It's beautiful, but Africa is also really hard. It's hard physically on our bodies. 2 of my teammates have malaria right now, and another one has a parasite in her liver, and it's hard physically with our living conditions. We take bucket showers, and it's hard to find food to eat, and you know, it sucks to say this, but it can be hard sometimes. But it's also hard emotionally and spiritually. Last night, after I got done preaching and giving the sermon, one of the church members stood up to make an announcement, and he made a joke about how they told the congregation, they told people in the village that Americans were here, and people laughed because they didn't believe that Americans were really here in their village. They came to church to see the Americans, and we were there. And last night, somewhere around 20 people stood up and accepted Christ after hearing the message. You see these things in textbooks and you know it's real, but when you see it in person, it's heavy and it's hard. Not only to see that they live in a mud hut, but then to see that they're living with like chronic pain and chronic illness, and knowing that they don't have the medical care here. Even if there was the medical knowledge here, they can't afford to pay for it. And I was angry with God, honestly, and God's like, you don't change their lives by giving them more money or by giving them good medical care. You change their lives by giving them me. And I just realized today that if they don't have the chance to hear about the gospel, and if they are closer to physical death than we are, and if they die tomorrow and we didn't bring them the gospel, then what are we doing? Because they want to hear it, and they might not hear it, and that breaks my heart. Just knowing there's people outside the gates where I'm at right now that are at the door of death and they don't know Jesus. It's here and it's real, and I get to leave here and they don't. And I just think about, as Americans, if we have the opportunity to support mission work or to go in field and share the gospel, how could we ever think that's a bad thing? And I'm not here to persuade you for or against mission trips or short-term mission trips. Essentially, where I'm at in this village, we're only here a week, so essentially it's a short-term mission trip. But just walking through the streets and seeing the people's faces here and spending time with them and sharing the gospel with them, I know in my heart of hearts what I believe now, and it's that how could we not stay here? How could we not come here? How could we not give them life and give them abundant life? And that's what God put on my heart. Like, that's what I'm here for, and it broke my heart. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, that like, this is what we experience here on the race, that it's fun and it's great, but that's not what it's all about. You know, it's about the hard stuff too, and it's about the beautiful things, like getting to share the gospel with these people and them receiving it so freely. And so, man, if you get a chance to do a short-term mission trip, I say you should do it. And if you get the chance to support a missionary, I think that's a wise investment. And I think if you get to give them clean water and you get to give them medical care, that's awesome too. But I just don't ever want us to lose sight of what is and isn't important in life, because what truly is important is making sure that these people know Jesus.